What's up, Renegade Nation? Before we begin the video, I'd like to give a big shout out to our most recent Patreon supporters, BakaBread, Jacobus06, Sam Phelps, Ernesto Membreno, Red Steel Moss, Locus Corellius, King Joe, Anthony Vang, Jesse Dooley, Marshall Selden, Marvoius, Benito Osuna, Godzilla Man 97, Mikael Fernandez, Greg Capazzoli, Jamar Jefferson, Lady Susano, and Nick Barnard. Thank you all very much for your support. And if you want to support us on Patreon, feel free to click the link below to find out more. We'll see you there.
As a kid, I think we all had those video games that when we got them, we were just like, oh man, this is going to be so fun. It's going to be awesome. And then you start it up and you're just like, what am I playing? Like, what is this? Is this even a game? There were several games that were like that for me. The one that was ultra disappointing because I was actually excited because it finally featured one of my favorite Nintendo characters finally getting in the limelight, Luigi. Yeah, that's right, kids. Before Luigi's Mansion, there was Mario is Missing. And what kind of game was it? It was an educational game where you had to learn about shit, and then at the end of the level, you had to take a quiz, and if you got the questions right, you could set Mario free. So yeah, they made Luigi's first outing as the protagonist an educational game.
Yeah, I missed that one somehow.
Be thankful. Another one that I played was actually one that my parents bought me because it was like ultra cheap in a bargain bin, was Dennis the Menace on Super Nintendo. Good God, that game was frustrating. I couldn't beat it because every time you'd go upstairs onto the second floor, there'd be Mr. Wilson. He'd just come right after you. He'd grab you and he'd take you away. And the Mr. Wilson was scary too. Because he would just come up, he would just like grab you, he just come walking up to you like, pick you up and then carry you off somewhere. And it's like, Mr. Wilson, what are you going to do to me? But, yeah.
I have several of those, but it's like, okay, so there's a floppy disk game called Zeliard, and it was like a side-scrolling fantasy adventure game.
Yeah.
And at first I couldn't get anywhere in it, and it was like, this kind of game kind of sucks, but eventually I figured it out and started to get really far in it, and I had a lot of fun with that, and I would like to find that again someday and check it out again.
Zeliard.
So, yeah. Floppy disk, like, very 8-bit, almost like Atari type thing.
Yeah.
Then there was Strider on the NES, which I have since come to love. That's one of my favorite games, even though it's got repetitive bosses, but it was a really cool game for an NES game once I figured it out. I couldn't get anywhere on that one at first either because I didn't figure out till much later that you actually have to go partway into the first level. You can't advance any further, so you go back to the beginning of the level, walk to the edge of the screen, press up and jump, and you go back to your ship, and then you transport to another area. Oh. And you can actually, it's like got a hub, and then you have different worlds you revisit in the game as you get stuff to open up, which is actually kind of cool for an NES game too. That's not really like a thing that a lot of them did, but it was pretty neat. And then the third one, I've still not figured this out, and if anybody knows what the hell I'm talking about, I know you won't be able to figure it out from just this, but it was around the time 3D games started to be a thing on PC at all. And I found it at a local store that we had that has since closed down, doesn't exist anymore, called Hills. Just in an old, computer box. It was on a CD, not a DVD, CD. This was before DVD drives, but so in between floppy and DVD, during the time of the CD drive, it was in this box, and it was a fantasy game. It was full 3D, but the graphics was like everything was like these little ovals. So it's like the guy's hands were like little ovals, and then their forearm was an oval, and then their upper arm was an oval.
Okay, yeah.
And then there was these little green like goblin/orc guys that you were fighting, and it was gory too. Like there was blood, but like the blood was all obviously just more ovals that shot out that were red of people, and it was very fucking difficult. And if anybody can figure out what that game was called and figure out what the hell I'm talking about, and let me know. Like, I will stream that game. I will find it and get it to work, and I'll stream it because it would be awesome to go back and look at that again.
Yeah, I also remember.
I don't remember what the hell it was though.
I also remember that there was this game on the Dreamcast that I played it was actually at Walmart. They had the little sample thing back in the day. Remember, you could play on the little TVs there. It was one where you were these guys in a cube, and you could fly around and you fought, and like they had like these guys that were huge and had like robotic arms. And then they had these two guys at the end of the game who were like aristocratic looking. They kind of looked like Zex Marquez and Tres Kustranada from Gundam Wing.
Yeah.
And I remember the first guy I fought, the second to last guy, he beat me the first time. It was actually the first fight I lost in that handily. And then I came back in the second round, and he gets up off the ground, he dusts his chest off. He's like, you're better than I thought. And he comes back up, and he just rinses my ass and just destroys me.
Oh, and if it helps for a few more details on this game, I think at the beginning of the game, this town was kind of being attacked by these goblin guys. Stuff was on fire. There was like a castle-type area. I remember that one of the things had the camera angle point down at you as you're going up a spiral staircase up a tower, a stone tower. And you were using a sword, like, as your weapon, you know. And the combat was kind of shitty. It was like, I don't know, like medieval or something, I guess. Like how you swing your sword and shit.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, I would like to know what that game was, because, damn, I forgot.
God, dude. You see, that's the interesting
That is the
thing.
one game
There's
I've played that I cannot remember what the hell it is.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing. I mean, there's so many games out there that are so weird because they didn't have an idea about game design, like how game design should be. They instead knew how to input stuff on there, and all they had to do was make it addictive enough for people to keep playing. That's it.
These guys had some semblance of an idea, I feel like. It just...
Well, yeah, but it got better over time.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, that's just like Atari back in the day, dude. The Atari was so ridiculously... Like, so many games were programmed for that a lot of the games weren't just fun. They were just cash grabs. They were just cash grabs because it was just like, oh, this is going to be the next Pong, I swear. What's it called? Super Pirate Ninjas and stuff like that. And then of course there was E.T. the game, which, oh boy, yeah, an absolute shit show. But we all had those weird games when we were younger. Did you all have those? If you did, I mean, let us know what they are down below. But Jaiden apparently had some weird games when she played when she was a kid. Let's see what they were.
The Powerpuff Girls.
Oh no, that door is not locked. I watched that woman just waltz right through. Let me in right now, or I swear to... As a kid, my first video game experience was when my parents got me a Game Boy Advance when I was 5. I would lay on the couch sideways to be under the lamp.
You child. A Game Boy Advance at the age of... God, I am old.
The age of 5, yeah. I got my Game Boy Advance in middle school.
Where's my Game Boy?
It's probably in the tub. Or over there in one of those other boxes. Game Boy Color.
Look at that. Game Boy Color.
My first Game Boy was older than that. Mine was gray with the red buttons.
I had one of those too.
Yeah, the gray brick.
This is the one that I actually bought with my own birthday money when I was like, I don't know, 7 or 8 years old. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Still works too, by the way. Still works. Still
Excuse
works.
me.
Have a listen. Have a listen. If I haven't taken the batteries out. Oh, I took the batteries out. Shit.
Yeah, never mind. You got rechargeable double A's over there.
Yeah, you're right. Volume all the way up. Have a listen. Oh, come on.
There it is.
That old sound.
Ba-ding.
Ba-ding. Oh, God, I feel old. Anyway.
Dude, I saw a memory on Facebook from yesterday.
What's that?
9 years ago, I was posting about Demon Souls, and I'm like, holy shit, it's been that long?
Oh, my God.
It's like, I played Demon Souls when I was in college.
Damn.
Shit. Like,
Time
that's
flies,
horrifying,
dude.
man.
Time flies.
We'll be dead soon.
Oh. Yeah, sorry about that. I forgot I didn't put the video up on screen.
Oopsie. Okay, well. At least we weren't very far into it.
No, we were only like 19 seconds in.
Oh no, that door is not locked. I watched that woman just waltz right through. Let me in right now or I swear to— As a kid, my first video game experience was when my parents got me a Game Boy Advance when I was 5. I would lay on the couch sideways to be under the lamp so I could actually see the game because otherwise it was like playing nothing. My parents eventually got me that big bulky light add-on so I wouldn't have to look like a mom whenever I wanted to play Super Circuit. Those are classic childhood days I look back on fondly. It's weird how technology was so good, but also straight up crap. You can't see the games because the screen is too dark? I don't know, here's a tiny light bulb. I played mainstream games like Pokemon and Mario and Kirby, but my parents also got me really random games they probably just found in the clearance bin at the store.
Yep.
Which made for a mix of some interesting
That they did.
gaming
A game!
experiences. And I kind of wanted to
Interesting.
relive the glory days and see if the games actually were like I remember. So I replayed
Oh,
a
yeah.
bunch of them,
The
and
SP.
here's what happened. First game, Powerpuff Girls Battle Hymn for the Game Boy Color. I didn't have a Game Boy Color, so I got to play it on my Game Boy Advance SP with half the cartridge sticking out. I also don't remember being able to get past the first stage and just replay the first screen all the time. Granted, as a kid, I loved the feeling of starting a new game and would always restart a Pokemon file because I liked the clean slate feeling. So I was like, maybe I never got too far because of similar reasoning. No, not the case. This game can go die in a hole. I love it, it's my childhood, but oh my god, someone could hit all of them with a hammer, and I would not be sad. You play as Bubbles, which, may I mention, looks weirdly buff. Even as a kid, I was like, is this Bubbles a man? You fly around and collect, like, everything. There's so many collectibles, and I don't know what any of them do. Rings,
Nothing.
trading cards, plutonium, hearts, phones, people, but it's almost impossible because the flying mechanics are like trying to control melting butter over a saucepan. The whole game is an ice level in the sky. There's also criminals afoot and they're ready to fight you. You can beat them up, but I also like how if you just walk past them, they'll square up and then just go, meh, whatever. This guy just straight up has a gun. Alright, who gave the nerd a gun? Ow, ow, stop, ow, stop! Also, what the heck is that? Is he hitting me? I don't think he's hitting me. I think he's just spinning angrily. Anyway, this game is bullcrap. The levels are huge and way too open for the screen size, so you get lost. Moving around is a nightmare. Things you need to do to progress are cryptic as heck. The first level, you've got to find a key after rescuing Miss Bellum. Where's the key? Under a secret cave that's almost invisible and hard to get to. That's not level 1 material. Oh, why wouldn't you want to explore the area and find it on your own? Because the controls are garbage, and I'm honestly just trying to survive. I stopped playing after getting halfway through the second area because it's all way too difficult to figure out without a guide. I watched this guy stream the game to see if I was just being an idiot with video games, and he wasn't having much different of an experience.
Fair enough.
I like him smashing his face on the desk.
As a kid, I remember really liking this game, probably because SpongeBob was my favorite TV show, so I was excited to revisit it. I was shot down real quick. This game's a platformer with a pretty simple plot. Plankton made a bunch of robots to steal a Krabby Patty formula, but forgot to set the obey Plankton lever to on. And why bother just flipping it to obey when it's already down anyway? So now there's robots all over the place, not obeying anyone, and SpongeBob needs to do something about it because Mr. Krabs says they're scaring away me customers. But the thing is, the robots are kinda harmless. They just ponder around and do nothing necessarily evil. Even when you bump into them, they're like, oh, pardon me. This robot can't harm you. This big guy wouldn't hurt a fly. This one takes you to where you need to go. I don't see much of an issue here other than the fact there's just robots walking around. What was that? Does someone have a gun? Oh my god, this one's just a bazooka. So the majority of the enemies in the game aren't enemies. They're more just objects / platforms to help you get to the end of the level. But the thing about this game is that someone put the gravity to like 300%. SpongeBob can't jump high or far enough to cover almost any ground, so most of the time you have to redo a bunch of stuff because if you don't wait until the last little pixel of the platform, then you ain't making that jump. It's so tedious and adds a bunch of frustration to the game. Not to mention the robots you're supposed to jump or stand on move so slow. And most of the time when you get to them, they're moving the opposite direction. So you have to wait for them to slowly float all the way back to you a decade later, only for you
that's fun
to
gameplay
miss
right
the
there.
jump Because the gravity is bricks. I played through the whole game, and the amount of times I died because I couldn't see the next platform, or had to take leaps of faith, or even just got hit with bullets out of nowhere was torture. Just move the camera. You're making me dizzy. Zoom the camera. I don't know where I can't. Oh my god. I thought the boss levels were decent. They're probably the easiest parts of the game, though. The Patrick robot was horrifying, and I don't want to see it ever again. I love this game. I have great memories playing it like 13 years ago, but right now, it's dead to me. Great game. I played it a bunch as a kid. It can burn in a ditch. Moving on to Barbie Groovy games. I know, it sounds weird. Jaiden, why did you have a Barbie game? Were you super girly as a kid? No, I wasn't. My parents just gave it to me, and I played it because what else was I gonna do? Not play it? Unlike the other games I've talked about so far, this one's just a bunch of Barbie-themed mini-games. Tic-tac-toe, draughts, which is a fancy word for saying checkers, this weird horse racing version of Hangman, Connect 4. Fun fact about me, I will always lose at Connect 4. I think what happens is I just get too focused on what I'm doing to notice the other person winning. I suck at Connect 4 and I'm proud. There's a bunch of other games on there, some suck more than others, but the one I remember the most as a kid was Barbie's version of Snake. Conga line. I'm not joking. They took Snake and were like, but what if instead of a snake eating apples, it's a bunch of Barbies dancing in a conga line, and they can like pick up Barbies along the way to make a longer line. I love this game. It's stupid and hilarious, and I can't get enough of it. Look at those moves. They are having the time of their life in this bedroom, I think. Also, when you miss one of the girls, it becomes a weird, like, cult dance. Imagine that scenario right there in real life. That's terrifying, and I want it to be real. So the Barbie game is pretty fun. I lost at most of the other games against Teresa, but we don't need to talk about that. It's one of those pick up and put down wherever you want kind of games, and I understand why I liked it as a kid. Finally, we've gotten to the last game. This one's a bit different because it's a plug and play game. I had a couple of these as a kid. The SpongeBob plug and play and the Nicktoons plug and play. And also the Disney one, but I didn't like that one as much. The Nicktoons plug and play was my favorite as a kid, so I wanted to replay that one. There's a Fairly Odd Parents game that's kind of just Pac-Man. Jimmy Neutron game with ladders and aliens. It's alright. A SpongeBob board game thing you can play with friends. But the games that I wanted to talk about are the Rocket Power one and the other SpongeBob game. There's two, and this is the better one. I loved the Rocket Power one, and would mainly play the plug and play just for this game specifically. It's basically a top-down scroll game where you avoid obstacles, go through flags, and grab collectibles for points. But that wasn't my favorite aspect of the game. I liked this part. You get points from jumping and literally demolishing other skateboarders. My 7-year-old self would go out of my way every level to destroy as many other children as possible. I didn't care how much it slowed down my time. That was not my objective here. Overall, 10 out of 10 game entertained me for years. The objective of the SpongeBob game was to shoot Krabby Patties into the mouths of everyone in town and grab the money they toss on the ground. I mean, it's not conventional, but I guess there's nothing particularly wrong with that business exchange. Everyone just wants a Krabby Patty, so as long as you don't run out of patties, you can kind of just shoot them at whoever. Oh, jeez. Sorry about that, man. I didn't. Alright, besides that guy, you can just shoot them at. Oh no! Is that kid dead? What happened there?
Oops.
I mean, I'm not too upset about the fact I just popped his balloon while he was dangling 15 feet in the air. I guess the world moves on. I'll just not think about it and keep doing this Krabby Patty stuff. Alright, cool. It didn't hinder me at all in the end. It was for the greater good. Another 10 out of 10 game. That was my nostalgic trip down weird video game lane. It was surprisingly fun and also not fun to revisit these old games. Opening them up again and seeing the graphics and hearing the music gave me immediate flashbacks to when I played them 15 plus years ago. But also trying to actually beat them made me want to never play them ever again and kind of tainted the illusion they were good and fun games. Looking at you, Powerpuff Girls and Battle for Bikini Bottom. Did I have fun? Yes. Kinda. Alright, I actually think I had more frustrated hours than fun hours. But did I have at least a little fun? Yes. The ratio doesn't matter. That much. Should you do this? I don't care. This was a fun video to make. Not because I got to play video games for it, but because I got to show how much of a gamer I am. It's pretty impressive how gamer I am. Anyway, It was a bit different of a video. I've been wanting to see what else I can do with videos lately and explore a bit. So if you like this one and it does well, maybe I'll talk about some more. Also, I wanted to mention again, if you wanted to see James, Dom, Ross, Aaron, and me drawing it up in Scribble Showdown, tickets are still on sale on the website, and we'll be on tour October 1st, stop it, hey, what are you talking about? October 1st through the 9th. It's going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully we don't end up hating each other by the end of it, since we're all going to be cramped on a tour bus together for a week straight. But I might see you there, and I might see you at VidCon. You won't see Ari. He's going to be at home. Thanks for watching. Peace out, gamers. Say peace out, Ari. Hey, stop it.
Friggin' Ari. Oh well. Yeah, I never played many of those games. The ones I mentioned were like a lot older, which, you know.
Yeah, I also had a game called Dr. Franken on the original Game Boy. And like the whole story to that was basically that you had to find the disassembled parts of your girlfriend and put her back together in your lab.
Damn.
You played as like a Frankenstein's monster. And it was really, really difficult. I think I only ever found like her arm and her leg and never got any further. I think I maybe found her head one time. But, yeah, it was hard.
I remember on Game Boy there was actually a version of Cutthroat Island. And
you have to hear the music from this though, because it's technically royalty free.
No, that's Moonlight Sonata.
Yeah, it's Moonlight Sonata. It's the music for it.
Damn.
It was awesome. It's the first time I ever heard Moonlight Sonata. So whenever I heard Moonlight Sonata, I was like, hey, that's the music from that Dr. Franken game.
First time I heard Moonlight Sonata when I think it was, God, I forget how old I was when I first heard that. God. So, overall, I mean, strange games, we all have our moments where we reminisce about strange games. And also, it's... Sorry.
Gesundheit. Obviously, the best possible strange game purchase of all time, though, still goes to my granny for just randomly picking me up Star Fox for the SNES. Because, like, when I saw the box, I was like, what is this? This looks so weird. And then I'll play it, and I'm just like, dude, this is bitching.
I had a similar thing, and it was actually, you know what game it was? Beautiful Joe.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because I remember when it released on GameCube, I didn't know about it. A lot of people didn't know about it. I was one of those kids that got the GameCube instead of, the Xbox and the PS2. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I know. I was stupid.
Not really.
No, I know. Well, in hindsight now, I know I wasn't stupid.
Honestly, in my opinion, the GameCube had better exclusives than the Xbox.
Damn. Well, and nothing had better exclusives than the PS2, though.
Yeah.
Let's be honest there.
But at least the GameCube still beat the Xbox on exclusives.
Well, fair enough.
The Xbox had Halo going for it, and that was about it. Like, you can argue Fable all you want, but Fable was lackluster.
Fair enough.
Stubbs the Zombie was pretty bitchin'. Other than that, there weren't a whole lot.
Yeah,
Whereas GameCube had Super Mario Sunshine, Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes, Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem, Super Smash Brothers, Beautiful Joe. Like, it had a legit exclusive library.
Oh yeah, and I'm just gonna be perfectly honest here. When I got it, or when I saw it, I'm just like, I don't know about this. And then I played it.
Oh, and Luigi's Mansion. Oh! Yeah, I had the first Luigi's Mansion, too.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So, yeah, GameCube had some pretty bitchin' games.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, so did you all have any stupid video games that you played when you were a kid? I mean, let us know what they are in the comments down below, because maybe I'll remember them, because there's a lot of stupid games I played as a kid that I've repressed memories of, because honestly, I don't like remembering them. But if you all bring them up in a comment, I'm just gonna be like, why did you do that? I didn't want you to do. Actually, I did. I'm just joking. So again, everybody, thank you all very much for tuning in. This was Jaiden Animations. Strange video games I played as a kid. If you want to see the original video, link is in the description down below. Feel free to check out Jaiden. She currently sits at
cramped on a tour bus together for
currently sits at 7.12 million subscribers. And if you want to see more from her, you know what to do. Feel free to head over to her channel and subscribe, like we are right now. And if you want to see if you want to check out other stuff from us, there's our Patreon and our Discord down below in the description. And until next time, I'm Nate.
I'm Nick.
We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.